And good afternoon, everybody. Chris Bartell here, Director of Marketing for the Cascade Pacific Council, and welcome back to our weekly webinar series. I took a little bit of a hiatus because I had to take my scouts to Glacier National Park, and it was rather epic, I must say. It was awesome. So great to get back out there and get back to scouting. I know everybody's excited about it. I know we're also a bit in flux here. It feels like, as somebody just said at my last meeting, it feels like Groundhog Day. So anyway, but we have lots of great news, lots of great things, lots of updates. So we're starting back up these weekly webinars. And so you'll be able to tune in at noon here on Facebook. For those of you who are on Facebook, you'll also be able to tune in just by signing up for our webinars as well. You'll see that link in your email for those of you who are in the Cascade Pacific Council email system. And so you'll receive links for that. You can sign up, and a lot of times we'll have different topics and whatnot. Today, we're just going to cover some of the news and events and things that are happening around the area because we're kind of kicking it all back into gear here. So we'll go over that briefly today. So this will be super short and sweet and to the point. And of course, like I said, you can tune in on Facebook anytime at noon. Of course, these are recorded on Facebook. They're also recorded at our webpage on our website as well, and in our blog. So you can actually watch or listen. Even worst case scenario, if you've just got 5 or 10 minutes and you want the latest news, what we do here, for those of you who haven't seen these webinars yet, is we basically cover these every week. We do go through a little bit of news and updates just for the first few minutes of these webinars. And then typically we'll go into a bigger, larger topic, whether it's summer camp or recruiting or tools or events, things like that. So lots of great stuff. And for those of you who have ideas as things you'd like us to cover, by gosh, just toss me an email at chris.bartell@scouting.org. You're going to see this email here in a little bit as well. And so you can toss us an email for that. If you have topics, things you'd like to cover, we really want to get volunteers involved, all of you scout leaders involved, parents involved, and just to share your knowledge and wisdom and all of that with our amazing scouts and scouters out there in the community. Okay, so let's dive in here to the topic of the day. Again, we're just going to cover some of the latest news and events. Of course, like I said, is it Groundhog Day? Is it Groundhog Day? Is it Groundhog Day? Yes, COVID's back. And so what we're doing here is we are literally, for those of you in the CPC, you'll actually receive an update via email here shortly. Our COVID task force and the team has been working diligently, just honing in on recommendations for us as we jump into a new year of scouting. And but by gosh, I tell you what, the whole scouting community has shown grit. As we've been saying, grit starts here. And by gosh, we have been seeing that across the board in scouting. And so thank you all so much for just continuing scouting and keeping these kids active. I know for scouts that I work with in our troop, boy, they were just excited to get back to scouting when we could do it. So anyway, in the coming this week, we're actually going to have new task force recommendations. And so it'll be based on, of course, all the current rules, regulations, all of that. We're literally working on it as we speak. But also wanted to mention that we actually had no outbreaks at summer camp. We had 6,000 folks, scouts, scouters, parents actually attend our camps this summer. And we didn't have any outbreaks or any COVID-related incidents at all. Actually, it was really awesome. So I think all of you being diligent and following all the recommendations was just awesome. So thank you for that. It was really great. Again, 6,000 scouts and parents coming to our summer camps. What a great deal. And also no outbreaks of scout related activities as well. So we've all just done a great job. So we want to continue that. We'll stay safe and we'll scout smart. And one of the things just wanted to mention here, and we've heard it across the board, is that communication is just super, super key. No matter what we do from this day forward, communication is always important, right? And it seems like we can never communicate enough and do it through enough channels, whether it's texting or emailing. And hey, we here at the CPC are trying it too and doing our darndest. And so the communication is key with parents and with scouts and scouters, just having that two-way communication as to how are we feeling, what do we want to do, what do we feel safe doing, all of that, and while following, of course, the recommendations of your county and the state, and of course the Cascade Pacific Council and the Boy Scouts of America, all of that. So, and I think the key really, as we've heard from so many people, is just being flexible and staying positive, because the kids need to see the positivity, and and we all need to share in that positivity and kind of laugh once in a while, even though it's a super serious topic and whatnot. It can be kind of daunting. So we all understand that we're all going through it together, and just really stay flexible, stay safe, stay positive, and communicate. That's really the key. Okay, let's go into some quick little deadlines here. Some quickies that are happening real soon here is that today, for those unit leaders, for parents, if you've not seen this all about Ready, Set, Scout, go to cpcbsa.org/Ready, Set, Scout. This is a national kickoff, if you will, and we're doing it our own way as well, where you get to host a pizza party, and we're buying the pizza, and we'll send you some prizes. It's going, then you just bring the fun. It's going to be great. And even if you have to do it virtually, however you, again, feel safe doing it, really, this is just an easy way to kick off the year with a fun pizza party / event for all scouts and their friends to enjoy. So in our unit, we've said, hey, we want every scout to think about who would they have liked to have at camp this year or at Glacier this year. Pick one person and bring that person next weekend. And these are really meant to be patrol sized, real small cohort patrol or den sized pizza parties. So keep it small. And we've had some questions because you sign up at Ready, Set, Scout, cpcbsa.org/Ready, Set, Scout. And what you actually do is you sign up on a patrol / den / cohort basis, so a small group basis. So if you are a large troop or a small troop, you may have to sign up a couple of times, mostly because we just want to track that. We want every unit, every small cohort to be able to enjoy their own pizza party. And we basically send you a $30 gift card to Domino's Pizza, as well as a little prize pack, really fun prizes you can give away to your scouts. We've got stickers, and it's really, really, really fun. So sign up for that. I think we've had more than 100 units sign up for it already. So get in on that. It's going to be great. We're going to start sending these out next week, and get them in your hands as soon as possible, because the Ready, Set, Scout night is, or a week, if you will, the kickoff week is meant to be the second week of September. So September 13th and beyond. Anyway, September 9th is the CPC Summit and District Roundtable. So join us for that as well. I'm going to jump into the calendar here in just 2 seconds. You'll see where to find all this information out. And September 19th is actually the deadline for those of you who are doing Ready, Set, Scout. We have this sort of referral campaign. So a scout who signs up a friend, and what they get is they get some bonuses. So it's pretty neat there. So you'll see that at cpcbsa.org/Ready, Set, Scout. And speaking of which, on the calendar side of things, I'm just going to jump into this real quick. Like, if you haven't been here before, this is a bit different. We launched this last year, and so it's a little bit different format than what we've had in the past, but it hopefully works really well. It gives us a lot of options in terms of giving you data and information. You go to cpcbsa.org/calendar or /events, and it'll take you here, or it's right here at the TP top here in the navigation. You just click on calendar, and this will take you here. What we do is we have some of the larger events have big buttons here, so you can see that. And then what you do is you go down here, and each one of these you just click through, and you can see different month by month what's going on. Kind of neat. And so you'll see even here, like, we've had some cancellations due to the latest COVID issues. So you'll see here it says canceled. So it's kind of nice. It's a really great way for you to see kind of latest and greatest and get updates. We also, of course, send this via email. My goal this year is really to get you all to open this email that we send to you every week. We send all the information we talk about today. We send that on Thursdays, so you get that too. And we keep that. It's a high level overview of what's going on, but real meat and details are here in the calendar, as well as many times from your districts. Your individual districts will send out emails as well, so check for that. Now, what's kind of cool though on this calendar tool here is we can actually click on event type. So for instance, if I just want to see advancement or adventures or council activities, I can actually uncheck this box for all, and I can just say, like, oh, order the arrow. I'll click on that, apply the filters, and we'll see actually order the arrow events. So kind of neat. You can see what you're interested in really quick, and because typically in a normal year we have so much going on, is that this is a great way to sort of filter through everything, because and see what you're interested in doing. Also reviewing it with your parents and scouts and whatnot. And you can just pull this up on a web page, when you're at your meetings. I think it's a great way to do it. And what you do is then you click on these, and they give you more details. Some of them show the event details like this. You can actually download then an actual iCal reminder for your calendar if you want, like if you're on your PC or whatnot. You could of course share this in any of the social media outlets as well. And then some of them actually have registration. So you would actually click on these, and what they do is they show you a different they take you to a different registration page. So that's kind of handy. Let's see if we can pull one up here. If I apply the filters, it now shows all the events and whatnot. It'll also show you if it's a virtual event or an in-person event, things like that. If it's something that's been moved online, for instance, like Roundtable, a few years back, we used to do these in person often, but now we're doing them all virtually and it works out great. So, and then we have the breakout sessions, and some districts do breakouts on their own in different ways. Some of them do it live and in person. And so you can see all of this here. And what you get is you'll get the registration info, all of that. So these make it a little bit more robust and pretty user friendly. We think it's working pretty well. It seems to be working okay for everybody. You can also just click on district events if you just want to see the district events too. These events too are also posted on the district pages, which you can actually go to here under members and then districts, and it'll pull up a page here, especially for you new folks. You can actually find your district here and go directly to their page. So I happen to be in the Cascadia district. That's where we are. So we should go to this page. And we find sort of the latest and greatest. And so they actually have some of the latest here. Actually, their district calendar is on this page. So it actually pulled from the main calendar, plopped right into here. So you can see that as well. So kind of an easy way to see what's going on super locally. So there's just an example of that. Anyway, hope that's helpful. Again, go to cpcbsa.org/calendar, or just jump on here and go to cpcbsa.org and then click on or go to the events and click on calendar. You can pull this up on your phone too. It works great. So check that out. All righty. Speaking of Ready, Set, Scout, we are doing a video called the 15 Minutes of Awesome. And I would love to have your videos. I'd love to have your photos, all the great stuff that you've been doing over the summer. We want to share that with the whole community, share that with these new kids that are coming and maybe interested in Scouts, share it with the parents. So we're going to create a video, a little teaser, if you will, about scouting and all of that. So I would love to see your photos and your videos, anything, send me your top 10. Don't send me 100 of them, please, but send me like your top 10 and tell me what unit you're in, what event you were doing. And like I said, we did Glacier and we went to summer camp. So we're going to have some images in there about that. So that'll be fun. And you can literally text these to me at 971-337-5922 for those of you who are actually listening to the audio version of this. And you can also text me for those of you looking at it, you can just pull up your phone and scan this QR code and it'll pop up a text message right to me. You can just text me your favorites, and parents can do this, leaders, anybody. That'd be great. It'd be super awesome to receive those. Deadline for that is September 5th, so that me and the team can put together a fun little 15 minutes of awesome video showcasing all the fun things that we do here in the Boy Scouts of America and the Cascade Pacific Council. So there's that. All right, some more news. Just quickly here, just so you know, a lot of things reservations are open for a lot of things, even though things are currently a bit in flux in some scenarios for things that are happening over the next month or so, but longer term and for units and families, a lot of great opportunities. So summer camp 2022 reservations are now open. The family camping reservations are now open. Weekend camping reservations are now open. And keep your eyes peeled for weekend horse rides. Maribadge University, there's going to be a new location, and so lots of great stuff. We have University of Scouting happening, and that's all virtual. Winter camping still a bit in flux right now. We'll have updates on that, but really you'll find out more at the website. And watch your email. Please open your emails. Take 2 seconds, just look at it, and it happens on Thursday. So if y'all can remember to just open your email on Thursday or Friday, pull open the Compass Points email, the weekly newsletter we send you, that'd be great, because then it helps it get into your inbox rather than your spam filter. So I'd love to see that. Now, that said, let's just quickly, since we were just chatting about this, is if we want to go to any of the reservations and whatnot, what you do is you look under adventures here, and on the homepage, as a matter of fact, it shows make your reservation today for 2022 reservations. So you can do that. So also all these things are under the word adventures. So that's where you see summer camp reservations. What are our different summer camps? It's kind of fun. We've tried to make these pages really fun and showcase some of the highlights of each camp. So especially new parents or scouts, in the old days, we used to have a little brochure thing, which we can still do that. But this is fun because there's video and things like that. So there's lots of imagery. It kind of hopefully gives you an example of what are all the fun things that you can see at the individual camp. So you'll check that out. Also, family camping, you'll see that there's a link for options and descriptions about what that is. Horse rides, all of this is under the Adventures tab. So you'll want to click on that in the navigation And of course, as winter camps open and things like that, we'll have more updates on that too. But just wanted to show you that that's where you can get this up. Pull it up on your phone too and check it out. It's really, really great. And so you can see the reservation. So all you do is you'll see, for those of you who are new as well, is that you do need to make reservations. You have to have the system we use is called Tentaroo, and so that's the reservation system. So you'll need to look at that and sign up for register for a Tentaroo account. So you'll have to do that. But you can see here kind of what options there are and the pricing, all of that kind of stuff. It's all in here. So you can just click on that, click on reserve, and it takes you right to the system there to make a reservation. So check that out. Really exciting. And let's see, next up here. This, for those of you who did some service projects this summer and maybe didn't hear about Summer of Service, it's something we talked about earlier on. This is still an option. Summer of Service is a program, a campaign from the National Boy Scouts of America. And what you can get is recognition. You share your story, share your service. I'm going to show you the webpage here. You go to scouting.org/summer of service, and you go here. Really great tools here. So if you've done a service project, our troop did a service project. We actually did it in Glacier. We counted mountain goats of all things. Yes, you can do that. You can become a citizen scientist at any national park, or most national parks, at least that's what we heard. And you can become a citizen scientist, and it's service project hours. So super fun and unique. So if you have any plans to hit a national park, kind of a fun way to do it. But of course, I know so many of you are doing service projects around town and whatnot, but this is a way to do it, to just get some recognition, but also share the service that we've been doing in the community. Really, really awesome. So scouting.org/summer of service, it'll tell you exactly what to do here. And you do your project or activity through October 31st, not first. It's October 31st. Use the hashtag Summer of Service, and just to share that with the scouts across the United States who are also doing this. And then down here, you scroll down. And what happens is there's a recognition area. You can print your certificate. You can order patches, of course, patches. So you can check that out at scouting.org/summer of service through the 31st. Also, wanted to remind you, for those of you who hadn't seen this, or for those of you who may have forgotten, we have these fun banners here. Oops, I'm going to go back to one page. Boo! The Now Serving Your Community. So these are some really great service banners. If you're a unit who does a lot of service throughout the year, especially in public, and maybe you do things at a park or at the school you meet at, or the church or the venue, whatever it is, we have these big, huge banners. They're 3 feet by 6 feet. They look just like this, and it really talks about just kind of showing us in the community doing work. You could even use this for your Eagle projects, and so you can order one of those, and we're paying for it. So our marketing is, right. So it's great. It should be great. It's really just some way to really showcase our activity in the community, because we've recognized that we really just need to be out there, and people need to see us doing work in the community. So even if you're in Class Bs or you're wearing Gore-Tex because it's pouring rain, at least we have a nice vinyl big old banner you can hang, and kids can practice their knots. Hey, who doesn't need that? I know I need to practice my knots. I always need to practice my knots. So great way to practice your knots, scouts, and hang up this banner and show people all the service we're doing in the community. So there is that. And you'll order that actually at the recruiting webpage when you order your other materials, which we're going to talk about, boom, right now. So lots of great tools. We are putting together kits as we speak. There are all these piles and piles and piles of all the things you kind of see here. Is that we've got new promotional signs, things like that at cpcbsa.org/recruiting. And what you do here, let me just show you this real quick, is there are a ton of things. I just want you to know, if you have not seen this before, is where you can get some of these tools. We have a marketing toolkit. The marketing toolkit is actually on the site called Canva. It's actually how we design most of our things. And so you actually have templates in there. You can make your own little promotional pieces and things. You get access from that by clicking on this and filling out a form. You can then order signs and banners. I'll show you that in 2 seconds. But of course, all these other things are here. It's these social media posts, graphics, all of that. Super simple for you to just download, click on, drag and drop all of that, and post them on your social media, on your Facebook page, things like that. or on your Instagram. And so we also have down here, I'll scroll down here because we have some nice square sized video pieces that are really, really slick. You can just grab these and use them on your social media. So check it out. They have Instagram versions and Facebook versions of these little videos. And then down here, this is something that a lot of folks have been using. So you go down here to these fillable flyers and downloads. And what happens is you then receive, I'm going to click on one here. We'll click on the Cub Scout one here. And what happens is, we'll open it, and you can see it here. What you do want to do is you want to, don't open it in a browser. You want to save it. I'm just showing you in the browser right now, but you want to save this onto your desktop or whatnot, and then it's fillable. So you can actually type in here whatever you want. We have some temporary content, some temporary text in here. When everything else got canceled during the pandemic, scouts like ours persevered. We safely served our community, adventured with family, and grew in grit. Meet us here to meet more about the adventures and fun we have in store for this coming year. So these are your little event flyers if you're doing this for a school or whatnot. Now, each one of these has, you can edit this text up here at the top, or you can actually add your what, where, when, and your contact information. Basically, it's just an area to add a paragraph of content and kind of keep it, simple. And then what you do is you send it to us and we will print it out for you. So that's what you have to do. And down here, so you can actually add a little area for disclaimer. So you can do that. It's really pretty darn handy. And you can send it to our team here at info@cpcbsa.org, and that'll get forwarded on to the right person. And we'll print them out for you. So you just need to make a request for that. And so all of those tools are there. We have Cub Scouts, we have a generic one, we've got Girl Troop, Boy Troop, Link Troop. There's also a page about COVID results, just if you're curious or if anybody else is. It's got some great data points on like what we were actually doing during COVID. So kind of neat. And there's a bunch of other tools here too. So there's that. Now, the other thing I would want to show you real quick here, let's just scroll up, is for those of you who haven't seen this, we have created a whole bunch of signs and banners, those ones that I just showed you in the slide deck there. Lots of fun stuff. So what you do here is you can just kind of get a glance at some of the banners and things. This isn't all of them here, but just to give you an example of what you'd be ordering is we have these 2.5 by 3 foot banners that look like this, and you can click on them, you can scroll through them or whatnot. And they all have our grit messaging, kind of fun. And then we have 3 by 6 ones. Ideally, what I'd love to have is for units, just order one of these, either a 3 by 6 or a 2 by 5 by 3, and because they are kind of spendy, so we'd just like to have you order one of those if you like, and for your unit, and they are customizable for you. You then just write in when you meet and your contact info there. They're pretty big, so they're pretty neat. Then we also have up here, you can see we've got yard signs. You can order as many of those as you want because we've got tons of those. And then we've got these 3 by 6 community service banners I mentioned before, so you can order those. We also have these person-to-person cards. You can order those too. And how you do that is right here. Order Cub Scout pack materials, order other unit materials. So if you're Scouts BSA, Venture Crew, all that, you can order that here. But we'll just click on this, and what it does is just takes you to a general Google form, and you just fill this out. Tell us, where you're at, what kind of things you want. And everybody wants all of it, but please be thrifty. Scout is thrifty, and but let us know what you need, and we will get this information and work with you on printing things out that need to be printed. We'll get it to you as soon as we can, and we're being diligent about that. We're shipping things out as we speak, so you can get all of that there. Okay, hope that helps. Let's see what's next here. Ooh, this is a good one, brand new. I hope you like it anyway. What we now have, for those of you fellow web nerds like me, been doing website stuff since it began, it seems like. Anyway, there is a great deal from our partners at Wix. We'll have more information on this. We'll have demos and things like this, but I just want to throw this tease out there because if you're interested in creating a super simple, inexpensive website for your Scout unit that you can keep updated and fresh, just like the one you see to the right here, you can just scan this QR code or go to cpcbsa.org/Wix, and you can sign up, pre-register for access to the Wix website builder, and it'll only cost you $7 a month or $84 a year. A pretty incredible deal. It's literally half price. And it's really great, mobile friendly, super easy to edit. You can add forums and photo galleries. It's also very search engine friendly. and you get a free custom domain for a year if you don't have a custom domain. So what we're trying to do is get enough units. I'd love to have 100 units sign up for this so that we can give it a go, because if we get 100 units, that'll give us that'll allow us to trigger this deal that we'll get from Wix. So anyway, please sign up for that if you're interested. If not, well, that's okay. But what's neat is it's super easy, and I'll tell you what, from a brand perspective, from an experience perspective, people who are parents out there, new parents and younger parents out there, everybody's expectation these days is, it's got to look pro, you got to look professional, you've got to be mobile friendly. So if your current website, if you even have one, isn't that way, it just looks a bit stale and stagnant. So this is super easy to keep fresh. I mean, you can upload the photo galleries and all that. Our unit has we've gotten leads from it. It's really great. And it's a part of the recruiting process and promotion process, because just great way to showcase the things that you do. I mean, you can see the beautiful pictures you can put here. It's just fantastic. So go to cpcbsa.org/Wix and you can sign up for that. Okay, this kind of all ties in together with a whole bunch of things, and then I'm going to give you the final reminders. Now, we've talked about this previously, but I know it was summertime, so it's kind of hopefully everybody was outdoors and having a great time and going to summer camp. So hopefully maybe you didn't see any of this information, and this is all fresh because you were so busy with summer and had a great time scouting and being outdoors and running around with your family. So here are some reminders. First of all, for those of you who are in Scout units, update your Be a Scout pin. And there are webinars on how to do this. If you go to our website, type in the blog, you can find out about marketing for your Scout unit, things like that. We talk about how to uniquely differentiate your Scout unit. Some units every unit's a little bit different. So just really start telling the story about your uniqueness of your unit by updating your Be a Scout pin with a little copy and little text, little story about when you meet, who you are, what you love to do, maybe what your plans are for the year, things of that nature, and make sure your contact information is up to date there on your Be a Scout pin. So make sure you do that. Don't forget to get your party pack, your pizza party pack at Ready Set Scout at cpcbsa.org/Ready Set Scout. The deadline is midnight tonight. So please go ahead and do that. Also, there are tons of other materials, like I mentioned, for at scouting.org. Actually, we didn't talk over scouting.org. We should go there real quick. At cpcbsa.org/recruiting. I forgot to go to scouting.org/recruitment, which is this page here. This is all about the Ready Set Scout information. Sorry, I didn't go over this a little earlier, but I've talked about it a bunch of times. So you can check it out. There are tons of tools here. They talk about the uniform promo as well. There's social media tools here. There are other webinars here. It's really, really great. There's tons of tools here. So go to scouting.org/recruitment for that. There's a lot of great tools. Links also to, give me 1 second here. We'll go to, here we go, marketing materials. So there's a lot of things about Escape the Indoors, which is a theme from National as well. You can see it here, really great stuff. So go ahead and grab it. Use the grit stuff, use the Escape the Indoors. This is all about sharing our story about scouting and how much fun we have with the world. And so there are a lot of great tools here. I'll pull this up here. You can see there's just everything. There's cards and all this stuff. So if you'd rather use that than the stuff that we've created for Grit, great, absolutely. Whatever works for you, that's what I want you to see and be able to use. And we'll print these out for you too. You just got to send them to us, so you can do that. All right, and then the last thing is, just as an FYI, I mentioned this for a second ago, was the 25% off uniform bottoms at the purchase of uniform top from Scout Shop. So a good deal goes on for the next month or so. So check that out for new scouts. That is it. So update your Be a Scout pin. Go to our Ready Set Scout page. Go to the recruiting pages. Get lots of great goodies and materials, and let's prepare for a fun year. We will also send you updates via email. We'll send you updates about, and check your email today. We had an important email come out from our Scout executives, so please check your email today about that, and check your email tomorrow for our Compass Points email newsletter. So if you haven't seen those, so just make sure you look at your spam filter, make sure that's going to get put into your inbox, because we'd really like you to see that. It gives you all the links and everything. Just makes it easy for you to look at it on your phone and boink, click on the links and off you go. All right, that is it for today. Those are your final reminders. And by golly, we've been saying this for a while now. It's kind of a blur how much time, but we've been saying that grit starts here and that grit in scouting that you learn in scouting lasts forever. And isn't that the truth? It really is. It's thank you all so much for listening, for attending, for just scouting with us, and you've all been amazing. I see the smiles on the faces, the grit that has been occurring throughout COVID, and by golly, we're going to keep at it, aren't we? So thank you so much for that. That is it for today. Please join us next Wednesday at noon on Facebook. We'll also send you the link in an email for those of you who are in the CPC, so you can watch it, you can ask questions, things of that nature, and we will see you all next week. Thanks so much.